booktube, I'm Vanessa and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Wintersong by S.J. Jones. This is a fantasy story which was inspired by the movie Labyrinth, and it is coming out today. So by the time this video is up, it should be available to everyone. And I was sent this copy by the publisher to review, but I requested it. Like, I wanted this book so badly. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what my thoughts were about this book. So like I said, this is a fantasy story, and when I heard that it was inspired by the movie Labyrinth, I knew that I had to read this. But I will say that it's not a retelling of the Labyrinth. Like, it's not the same story over again. This is its own completely unique story, and I would say that it's inspired just as much by the Labyrinth as it is by like actual fairy and goblin folklore. So it's definitely a new and unique and fresh story, but if you like the movie Labyrinth, I think that you would like this. The story is set in, I would say maybe like the 1700s-ish. I don't think it ever explicitly says, but it's set in Bavaria, which is actually where I used to live. I used to live in Bavaria and I miss it so much every single day. So when I opened this book and realized where we were, I was so excited. And it is an area that does have very strong magical folklore. I think that it is the perfect setting for a book like this. And the story follows a young woman named Liesel who has kind of spent her life never really feeling like she's actually living, because she's just never really been able to fully bloom. You know, she's always been living in the shadow of her more beautiful sister and her brother, who, even though Liesel is a very talented musical composer and music is her passion and she's great at writing it, her brother is of course the one that gets all of the praise and attention for his talent of playing the instruments. Until the day that the Goblin King takes Liesel's sister to be his bride. So Liesel has to follow them into the underground and try and make a deal or win a game against the Goblin King to get her sister back. But if you know anything about fairy and goblin mythology, you know that they don't play by the rules, and a game or a deal that's made with them can never fully be trusted to turn out the way that you expect it to turn out. So like I said, I really enjoyed this story. Goodreads says that it is a young adult fantasy. I personally feel like it's a little bit sexier than you would usually expect from a young adult, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I thought the writing was very beautiful and very ethereal and dreamlike, and when you're reading it, it feels exactly the way that I would imagine being taken to the Goblin Kingdom would actually feel. Like something between a dream and a nightmare. There's wonder and ecstasy and terror and ugliness all mixed into one. I also thought that Liesel was a really well-made main character because she managed to avoid a lot of those like stereotypical cliches that a lot of young adult heroines tend to fall into. She really wasn't this like beautiful, noble hero that we usually get. She was a girl that has a lot of flaws and a lot of like resentment and ugliness inside her, and she does very selfish things. And a big part of this story is about showing the differences and the intersecting points between selfishness and selflessness and ugliness and beauty. And I really enjoyed seeing a main character that was unique and well fitted to the story that she was telling. The Goblin King was also a great character, but if you guys know anything about me, you know that that's like the stereotypical love interest that I always fall for anyway, so what else could really be expected? And I also really liked the Goblin Realm in the underground. I thought that it was really cool. It was really like creepy and twisted, but also like elegant and beautiful. And that is one thing in this book that I kind of wish that we had seen more of, is I wanted to see more of the underground, and I wanted to learn more about the goblins' lives and culture and world, if you know what I mean. But that wasn't what this story was about. This story is about Liesel learning to find herself and let herself bloom. And like I said, about finding all of those intersecting places between selfishness and selflessness and lies and the truth and ugliness and beauty. And yeah, I just really liked it. I thought it was a really well done story with this amazing atmospheric setting, and the writing was beautiful and the characters were great. So if you like the movie Labyrinth, if you like goblins or fairy mythology, if you like music, if you like this type of story, I would definitely recommend this book because it was really good. And I think that's really all I have to say for this review. Again, this book is out today, so you can definitely go check it out. I'll leave a link to the Goodreads page and everything down below. And thank you again to the publishers for sending me this copy. I am so happy, and I hope that if you guys decide to read this, you enjoy it as much as I did. Let me know in the comments if you are excited about this book, and I hope that I get to talk to you soon. Bye!